welcome to AT&T ThreatTraq COVID-19 update. Every week, we've been taking a look at some cybersecurity issues that have been arising because of this pandemic, and especially with all of us working from home. Now, a lot of us have been doing online meetings. As a matter of fact, ThreatTraq itself, we've been producing as an online meeting. And online meetings present specific security challenges. So I'm going to talk with our two guests today, Jim Clausing and Matt Kaiser, about some tips on how you can keep your online meetings secure. So first of all, Jim, tell me about the kinds of settings and precautions you should take for a meeting, particularly about making the meeting public versus using passwords. Tell me about that.
Yeah, if you want to secure a meeting, you really, whenever possible, want to password protect it. That'll keep random people from being able to just, guess the link and get in. So yeah, I highly recommend that for most meetings that you use the password feature in whatever your meeting software is. Okay.
Now, Matt, it's possible with many types of meeting software to share the links to the meeting with people. Any advice on where you should or should not share those links?
Sure thing. My best recommendation is to share the link only with the people you intend to invite to the meeting and not to post them anywhere that would be considered public or, that might be indexed by a search engine or anywhere else. Basically, a lot of these things are set up so that even if you have a password for the meeting, the link itself may give you direct access into that password protected meeting. So treat that link the same way you would the password to the meeting and don't share it with anybody who doesn't need it.
Okay, Jim, there have been issues with what kinds of material gets shared on screens at meetings, unfortunately, with people and various types of software being able to crash online meetings. Is there something that the host can do with screen sharing to prevent that from happening?
Yeah, most of the meeting software gives the organizer or the host a number of controls that are very useful. The first one is the screen sharing. Only the host should be able to share the screen or specifically designate who can share now. And also, the host can usually control muting all the participants to keep them from, we've seen instances where, folks have managed to get into a big meeting and they'll start spewing obscenities or whatever. So that's also a control that can be really useful for the host or the organizer. Control who's sharing the screen and control who's able to speak at any given time.
And Matt, tell me about the importance of knowing who is in your meeting.
So it's important to know who's inside your meeting. And that's for two reasons. One is because of the reason that we've been talking about, where some people may want to get into your meeting, cause trouble, scream obscenities or share things on the screen that shouldn't really be shared. But the other side of that is that if you're having a meeting, you may be talking about things that are sensitive to your business. So anything that's shared on that call with someone who doesn't belong there can be a problem. So it's important that if you have people who join one of your meetings, if they're not identifying themselves, if they're not sharing their video, that you ask them who they are, give them a chance to respond, and then before you start any sensitive portions of your meetings, if people haven't responded and identified themselves, kick them out. If they're people who are supposed to be there and just having a hard time communicating, they'll try and join back in. You can try and find other ways of validating who they are. Send them an email, send them a text message, say, hey, are you having trouble joining the meeting? But don't just let people join the meeting without fully identifying themselves.
Well, thank you, Jim and Matt, for being on the show this week. And all of you, I hope this advice was helpful. We'll see you next time. Stay safe.